The internet had no idea what was coming. Because when Charlie Kirk's sister finally broke her silence, when she stepped forward with a shaking voice, red eyes, and a phone full of messages she never wanted the world to see, everything people thought they knew about Erika, Charlie, and the final months leading up to his collapse shattered instantly. She didn't post a caption. She didn't add commentary. She didn't try to spin a narrative. She just dropped a screenshot, a single text thread. And the minute viewers zoomed in and realized it was Charlie's own messages, written during the exact period when he began distancing himself from Erika, the internet froze. The texts weren't calm. They weren't political. They weren't rational. They were panic. Charlie typing at 1:37 a.m. She's not who she says she is. She's repeating things I've never told her. Someone is influencing her and I can't figure out who. She scares me. 4 messages that rewired the entire story. Because this wasn't speculation from commentators. It wasn't analysis from body language experts. It wasn't rumors whispered by insiders. This was Charlie himself. His words, his fear, his realization that the woman he once trusted was acting under an influence he did not understand and could not control. And then came the one message that ripped the world apart. I think it's too late. He already got to her. He. The same mysterious he Erika referenced. The same he Charlie once confronted her about. The same he Dave Chappelle hinted toward on stage. The same he insiders have been terrified to name. Charlie's sister didn't say a single word after posting the texts. She didn't have to, because those messages told the truth Charlie never got the chance to say out loud. He knew something was wrong. He knew someone was behind Erika. He knew the danger wasn't coming from her. Khas, it was coming through her. And by the time he figured it out, it was already too late. Long before Charlie's sister ever leaked those texts, long before she gathered the courage to press post, long before her hands shook while scrolling through memories she wished she could delete forever. The story had already begun unraveling behind closed doors. Because what the public never saw, what Charlie never said on live streams, never mentioned in interviews, never hinted at in public, was the slow, terrifying realization that something was wrong with Erika in a way he couldn't explain. Not wrong like conflict, not wrong like misunderstanding, wrong like contamination. To understand why those texts matter, why the internet froze, why insiders panicked, why his sister waited months before leaking them. You have to understand the months leading up to Charlie's unraveling. Not the public unraveling, the private one, the one nobody knew existed. It started small, barely noticeable, almost dismissible. Charlie first told his sister, "She's been talking strangely." His sister laughed it off. Strangely how? He didn't know how to explain it. He just said, like she's reciting someone else's thoughts. He didn't mean she was quoting someone. He didn't mean she was copying someone's personality. He meant something far darker. She was speaking with certainty, conviction, and coded vocabulary Charlie recognized from only one type of environment: hyper-controlled spiritual conditioning. At first, Charlie tried to ignore it. People change. People get influenced. People follow new mentors. It wasn't alarming. Yet. Until Erika slipped up. She told Charlie she understood him better than he understood himself. Charlie froze. That wasn't Erika speaking. That was indoctrination speaking. He asked, "Who told you that?" She smiled, not with warmth, not with confidence, but with fear wrapped in obedience, and said, "Someone who sees potential." Charlie went quiet for the rest of the night. His sister said he called her afterward sounding rattled, not angry, not confused, rattled. He said, "She keeps talking about a he, but she won't name him." That was the first time Charlie mentioned the nameless mentor, the shadow figure behind Erika. The same he referenced in the leaked texts. At this point, Charlie wasn't afraid, just unsure, uncomfortable, trying to figure out whether Erika was being manipulated or whether she was simply exploring something spiritual. But then it escalated. Erika's language changed overnight. She stopped saying, "I think," stopped saying, "I feel," stopped saying, "I'm considering." She started saying, "He says," "He believes," "He thinks," "He wants," "He sees," like she had a voice in her head that overrode her own. Charlie's sister remembered one call clearly. Charlie said, "It's like she's channeling him." Channeling. He didn't use words like that lightly. Charlie wasn't dramatic. He wasn't mystical. But Erika was behaving like someone who had undergone intense psychological manipulation. The kind designed to replace thoughts, not inspire them. Then came the second shift. Erika started rewriting conversations. Conversations Charlie knew they never had. She claimed he said things he didn't say. She referenced discussions that never happened. She used his name to support ideas he never agreed with. Charlie confronted her gently at first. "I never said that." She insisted, "You don't remember. He helped me recall it." Charlie's stomach dropped. Because the moment someone's mentor becomes the authority over your memory, you're no longer dealing with a person. You're dealing with indoctrination. His sister said he stayed up all night after that. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't focus. He told her, something's wrong with her. Something got inside her head. But he didn't know what something meant yet. The third shift was the most disturbing of all. Erika began calling him at strange hours, talking in circles, jumping between emotional extremes, whispering instead of speaking, pausing like she was listening to someone guiding her on the other end. Charlie told his sister, "She speaks like she's being fed lines." His voice cracked when he said it. He hated thinking something was using her. He didn't want to believe she had become a vessel. But he saw the signs. And then came the moment everything changed. They were in a hallway after a private event, the one Tyler overheard. Charlie confronted her directly. "Who is he?" Erika froze. Her body language collapsed. Her eyes filled with panic. She didn't answer. Not because she didn't want to, but because she wasn't allowed to. That was the night Charlie realized her silence wasn't a personality quirk. It was control. Her silence was obedience. Her silence was training. Her silence was someone else's power working through her. He called his sister after that confrontation shaking, not physically, but spiritually. She said she had never heard him so unsettled. He told her, "She's carrying someone else's beliefs, someone else's words, someone else's mission." But it wasn't until the fourth shift, the most terrifying shift, that Charlie finally understood the danger he was in. Erika began hinting at Charlie's role. Not the role he chose, the role she was told he was destined for. She told him, "You're supposed to rise. He sees it in you. He says you're important." Charlie snapped. He told his sister, "She's trying to recruit me." That was the moment everything changed. This wasn't a strange friendship. This wasn't spiritual guidance. This wasn't mentorship. This was recruitment. Someone had been preparing Erika for years. Someone had conditioned her. Someone had reprogrammed her identity. Someone had targeted Charlie through her. Which brings us back to the texts his sister leaked. The texts typed in fear, in realization, in late-night clarity. She's not who she says she is. She's repeating things I've never told her. Someone is influencing her and I can't figure out who. She scares me. And the final one, the one that broke the world. I think it's too late. He already got to her. He, the shadow, the handler, the mentor, the architect behind Erika's mind. Charlie's sister didn't leak the texts to expose Erika. She leaked them because Charlie knew the truth before anyone else. He sensed the danger. He recognized the indoctrination. He felt the presence of the man behind her. And he realized, far too late, that Erika wasn't acting alone. The conflict didn't explode when Charlie's sister leaked the first few messages. It exploded when she revealed the ones she never intended to show the world. The texts Charlie sent in the hours before everything spiraled. The ones he deleted right after sending them. The ones she screenshotted only because something in her gut told her. He's scared for a reason. She said she held on to them for months, hiding them, rereading them, asking herself if releasing them would ruin people's lives or save them. But when Dave Chappelle said what he said, when insiders whispered what they whispered, when the internet began pulling at the same thread Charlie pulled on, she realized she couldn't hold them anymore. Because the second batch of texts didn't show confusion. They showed fear. The first text read, "I made a mistake confronting her tonight." Her sister didn't understand what that meant. "What mistake?" she asked. Charlie replied, "I pushed too hard. I asked about him. She shut down." This wasn't normal relationship drama. This wasn't tension or miscommunication. This was Charlie realizing he had stepped on ground he wasn't supposed to touch. He went on, "She wouldn't look at me. Not because she was upset, but because she was scared." Scared of what? Scared of who? His sister typed, "Scared of you?" Charlie replied instantly, "No, scared of what he'll do if she tells me the truth." That one message changed everything, because now the internet wasn't wondering whether Erika was lying. They were wondering who she was protecting, but the texts got darker. Charlie wrote, "There's something wrong with her eyes. It's like she's listening to someone who isn't there." His sister replied, "Listening? How?" Charlie. She pauses before answering, like she's waiting for instructions. Social media exploded when that part leaked. She was waiting for instructions? Was someone actually directing her? This is not normal behavior, oh my God. Charlie was literally describing conditioning. But then the third text appeared, the one his sister struggled to post. The one that made her voice crack in the video, the one she said, "haunts me every night." It said, "He's inside her head." People screamed online, cried, panicked, because this wasn't metaphorical. Charlie wasn't being poetic. He meant exactly what he typed. He's inside her head. Her thoughts weren't her own. Her responses weren't her own. Her reactions weren't her own. Someone had rewired Erika long before she entered Charlie's world. But there was one message that flipped the entire narrative on its head. The message Charlie deleted 2 seconds after sending it. The message only captured because his sister had screenshots auto-enabled. It said, "I think she was sent. Not she stumbled in. Not she followed me. Sent." His sister didn't respond. She didn't know how to respond. Charlie double-texted, "I know how it sounds. But something about her isn't organic. Someone placed her close to me." The word "placed" hit the internet like a gunshot. Because when Jaguar Wright suggested Erika may have been placed, people said she was exaggerating. When Dave implied Erika's silence wasn't normal, people claimed he was being dramatic. But Charlie said it first, and he said it privately, long before anyone else had the courage to say it publicly. Then came the night that changed everything. The night Charlie's sister says she knew something was horribly wrong. It was 2:11 a.m. Charlie called her, voice shaking, whispering like someone might be listening. He said, "She told me something tonight. Something I can't stop thinking about." His sister swallowed. "What did she say?" Charlie exhaled shakily. "She said, 'I'm not allowed to tell you who he is.' Not, 'I don't want to.' Not, 'I can't right now.' Not, 'That's private.' I'm not allowed." Those 3 words weren't Erika's vocabulary. They were his. Charlie continued. I asked her, "Why aren't you allowed?" She said, "Because he warned me about you." His sister stopped breathing. Warned you? About what? Charlie whispered, "He said I'm dangerous to the mission." Mission. The same word from the emails. The same word from the indoctrination sessions. The same word Erika used during her breakdown. His sister told him to come over immediately. Charlie refused. I can't leave her like this. She's falling apart. Even at his most terrified, he wanted to protect her. That's what hurt his sister the most. He wasn't afraid of Erika. He was afraid for Erika. But then the text thread drops into the darkest moment yet. Charlie wrote, "She said something else. She said you're in danger." His sister panicked. Me? Why me? Charlie typed, "He told her anyone close to me is an obstacle." Obstacle, another word used in manipulation programming. His sister asked, "An obstacle to what?" Charlie hesitated. You can see it in the timestamp. There's a 20-minute gap. Then he wrote, "He wants access." His sister DM'd him instantly. Access to what? Charlie didn't reply. She called him. He didn't pick up. She texted nonstop. Finally, one message appeared. Access to me. People who read that message online broke down. Some cried, some panicked, some stitched the moment with trembling voices. Because now the narrative wasn't random. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't tension. It wasn't instability. It was targeting. Erika wasn't the threat. Erika was the bridge. Erika wasn't the mastermind. Erika was the assignment. Erika wasn't the controller. Erika was the controlled. And Charlie? Charlie wasn't afraid of losing her. He was afraid of who she was delivering him to. Then came the first major twist. The twist Charlie's sister said she didn't want to leak. The voicemail. The voicemail Charlie left her. 2 nights before he stopped confiding in anyone. His voice was shaking, breath uneven, like he was pacing or hiding. I saw him. The internet froze. Millions rewatched that clip. Charlie continued. Not clearly, not his face, but the way he stood with her. It was like she belonged to him. His sister asked when he saw this. Charlie whispered, he was behind her at the event, watching me. Watching us. Not protecting. Watching, not supporting. Observing. His sister begged him to leave the event, to come home, to call security. Charlie said, no, he wants me to see him. Those words shattered everything. Because the man behind Erika wasn't hiding. He was revealing himself to Charlie, deliberately, calmly, without fear. The voicemail ends with Charlie saying, I think he already started, and I think Erika doesn't even know. That was the twist nobody was ready for. Erika wasn't complicit. She was compromised. The man wasn't chasing Charlie. He was studying him. And Charlie realized, far too late, that backing away from Erika didn't protect him. It exposed him. The escalation didn't begin when Charlie's sister leaked the text thread. It began when she said the 5 words that flipped the entire internet upside down. These weren't the only messages. People froze. Because if these were the safe texts, then what on earth had she kept hidden? She stared into the camera, red-eyed, voice shaking, and said, there are messages he deleted. There are things he admitted privately. There are audio notes he left me that I've never shared. Until now. The internet detonated. Comments erupted. Leak them. Drop everything. We want the truth. What was Charlie scared of? She took a deep breath and said, this isn't about Erika anymore. It's about the man she answered to. Those words alone were enough to silence the chat. Because up until now, the man behind Erika had been a shadow, a rumor, a ghost in the background. People theorized. People speculated. People feared. But Charlie's sister? She had proof. Real proof. She opened with the message that chilled the world. There are two versions of what happened that night. The one Erika knows, and the one Charlie saw. And the escalation began. She revealed the first deleted text. One Charlie sent at 3:52 a.m., then immediately erased. It said, "He stood behind her again. I felt it." Not, "I saw him." Not, "He appeared." "I felt it." His sister said she remembered calling him immediately. Charlie refused the call. He just texted, "I don't think he needs to speak to control her." Millions watching the leak felt the same eerie chill. This wasn't physical influence anymore. This was psychological, spiritual, ideological. Then came the second deleted text. This one was even worse. "She says he knows my weaknesses." The comment sections erupted. How would he know that? What did he tell her? Who is this man? Charlie followed with, "She said I'm resisting the mission and he's disappointed." Disappointed, not angry, not confused, not frustrated, disappointed. That was the language of conditioning, the language of a handler who wants obedience, not affection. His sister explained that Charlie was terrified of how calmly Erika said it, like she wasn't delivering her own thoughts, but an echo of someone else's judgment. Then she revealed the third deleted text, the one that struck every viewer like a punch to the ribs. She asked me if I could feel him watching too. Not see him, not hear him. Feel. This wasn't paranoia. This wasn't delusion. This was shared conditioning, the kind induced by someone skilled in psychological manipulation. Charlie ended that message with, "I didn't answer her. I couldn't." His sister pressed pause in her video, visibly trembling. "Do you understand what that means?" she whispered. She wasn't speaking from her own mind. She was repeating someone else's beliefs. People online shook. Some cried. Some said they'd never watch another Erika interview the same way again. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the audio recording. Charlie's sister hesitated before playing it. She begged viewers, "If you're sensitive, skip this part." Then she pressed play. Charlie's voice was ragged, low, uneven. "He knows my schedule." You could hear him pacing, breathing hard, trying to stay quiet. "He told her things about me, things I never told anyone." The audio paused, then his sister explained. Charlie didn't mean he knew political plans. He meant he knew personal things, private things, childhood things. How could a stranger know those? How could Erika repeat them? The internet screamed. Was she being fed information? How did he get access? What was she telling him? Then came the part of the audio that truly broke the world. Charlie whispered, "She said, he picked me." Picked, chosen, selected. Like Charlie wasn't just a target. He was a goal. His sister said that was the exact moment she realized Erika wasn't the warning sign. She was the delivery system. And then she revealed the moment everything escalated into true horror. The night of the final confrontation. Charlie called her at 12:44 a.m. His voice was lifeless, exhausted, trembling. She looked at me like she wasn't really there. "Like what?" the sister asked. Charlie answered, "Like someone else was looking through her." People in the comments lost control. What does that mean? This is possession-level creepy. Are we talking about a cult handler or something darker? What did Erika become? But Charlie wasn't done. He said, she repeated a phrase 3 times, like she was rehearsing a script. His sister asked, "What phrase?" Charlie choked. She said, "He says you're resisting. He says you need to let go. He says you're already his." The internet collectively stopped breathing. Already his. Already his. Charlie told his sister, that wasn't Erika talking. That was him. And then came the most disturbing part of the entire story. The part Charlie's sister kept hidden until now. The last message Charlie ever wrote about Erika. It was typed at 4:11 a.m., never sent, found in his drafts. His sister said she debated whether to share it, but the world deserved the truth. The message read, if anything happens to me, it wasn't her. It was him. That message alone changed everything. Because now the story wasn't about Erika's silence. It wasn't about her behavior. It wasn't about her breakdowns. It was about the man behind her. The man who selected Charlie, studied Charlie, guided Erika, spoke through her, and watched silently from the edges of every crisis. And the first shocking reveal? Charlie wasn't the only one he had picked. His sister ended the escalation with the words that triggered the next global panic. Charlie wasn't his first choice, and he might not be his last. The public reaction didn't simply explode. It detonated like a psychological bomb dropped onto every corner of the internet at once. Because when Charlie's sister revealed that final draft message, the message where he admitted that if anything happened to him, it wouldn't be Erika. It would be him. Everything people thought they knew about the Erika drama collapsed instantly. This wasn't gossip anymore. This wasn't speculation. This wasn't rumor or exaggeration. This was a dying man's final attempt to warn his family about the shadow that had already wrapped itself around his life. And the world reacted with fear, not curiosity, not shock. Fear. The first wave hit Twitter like a tsunami. People spammed, "He is real." There is an actual man involved. Charlie's last message was a warning. This is not a conspiracy anymore. This is witness testimony. I'm literally shaking. What did we just uncover? A hashtag went global within 20 minutes. Who Iji millions were tweeting it. Celebrities, political personalities, body language experts, ex-cult survivors, former Scientology members, even random people who didn't know Charlie were suddenly drawn into the psychological horror of what had been revealed. The phrase "already his" became a meme. Not because people were joking, but because they were terrified and didn't know how else to process it. One tweet went viral with 4 million likes. If Charlie said this about anyone, we should take it seriously. He was never dramatic. He was warning us. But the second wave, the wave that made people feel sick to their stomachs, came from ex-members of actual high-control spiritual groups. One ex-member posted a chilling TikTok. Everything Erika said, everything Charlie described, that's not intuition or imagination. That's conditioning. Someone conditioned her to obey. Her voice trembled as she slowed down the leaked audio. He knows my schedule. He picked me. He said you're resisting. The ex-member said, "This is cult handler language. This man didn't just influence her. He owned her." The comments exploded. OMG, this is the same language my cult leader used. Charlie wasn't imagining things. This is textbook indoctrination. She was literally programmed. I feel sick. This is real. The third wave came from body language experts. One expert stitched the audio and pointed out, when Charlie says I felt him behind her, the tone shift shows genuine terror. Another expert watched the clip of Erika speaking at an event, the same event where the tall man appeared behind her, and said, she is not scanning the crowd. She is scanning for him. People lost their minds. She was looking for her handler? OMG, how did nobody see this before? Charlie did see it. That's why he confronted her. Then the fourth wave hit, the most dangerous wave. Political analysts, insiders, and former staffers began whispering. Not publicly, not loudly, but anonymously. One burner account posted, "He wasn't lying. Charlie told us he felt watched." Another said, she didn't act alone. She wasn't allowed to. A third, he's been around for years. People know who he is but won't say it. One chilling comment, he's connected to organizations that never want their names mentioned. The fear was real now. Not digital, not performative. Real. Because then a political strategist tweeted and deleted seconds later. Charlie warned certain people privately. They brushed it off. They regret that now. Screenshots spread instantly. People replied, "What did he say? Why was no one listening? Did Charlie name the man?" But the strategist went silent. Then came the fifth wave, the YouTube commentary explosion. Every major drama channel, conspiracy channel, political breakdown channel, and psychological analysis channel went live simultaneously. One channel with 3.1 million subscribers said, "These messages prove this wasn't paranoia. Charlie was describing a real, active influence in his life." Another, "Erika was not the problem. The man she answered to was." Another, "Charlie was targeted. We have to treat this like what it is, a psychological infiltration." The chat section went wild. "Holy crap, this is horror. What if Erika was groomed years in advance? This is like a handler-recruit relationship. Charlie sensed the danger before anyone else." But then a video surfaced, one that pushed reactions from panic to anger. A clipped audio of Erika from years ago resurfaced. People had dismissed it at the time, but now it sounded like a confession. Erika said, "He says my life will change when I complete the assignment." Assignment, not calling, not destiny, not purpose. Assignment. People erupted. Assignment? Assignment to do what? To reach Charlie? To influence him? To deliver him? Then, almost as if the universe wanted to make this worse, another old clip dropped. This one from a live stream Erika did late at night where she whispered, "He chose me for a reason." People replayed it thousands of times. "He chose me. He chose me. He chose me." Chosen by HO? The internet wanted answers. The sixth wave came from celebrity reactions. Two comedians stitched Dave's clip and said, "Dave never shakes unless something real is behind the scenes." Another tweeted, "Dave didn't make a joke, he made a warning." Then one of Dave's closest friends posted a chilling message. "I've never seen him this tense. Something is definitely going on." And then, Dave himself went silent. No tweets, no stories, no statements. People panicked. Is he being watched now? Did the man reach out again? Why is Dave quiet suddenly? But the seventh wave, the biggest meltdown of all, came from the one group nobody expected to react. Family members of people who left cults. One mother said, "The way Erika speaks, that's exactly how my daughter sounded before we rescued her." A brother said, "The pauses, the obedience, the dependence. I've seen it before. This is cult control." A former cult investigator said, "When someone says he's already got to her, that's not metaphor. That's confirmation." People watching wrote, "What was Erika involved in? Did Charlie discover something huge? Is that why he said it was too late?" But then the final horrifying wave dropped. The eighth and final meltdown wave. A former friend of Erika anonymously posted, "She mentioned him once, only once, and she was shaking when she did." The internet froze. She said he was the kind of man you don't disappoint, and then she never said his name again. The kind of man you don't disappoint. People reread the message, again and again and again. Then reactions reached a complete boiling point when Charlie's sister confirmed something that made the world gasp. There was one more draft message, one he wrote right after, "He already got to her. I'm not releasing it. Not yet. People begged. Drop it! We need to know. What did Charlie say? What are you hiding? She shook her head, tears in her eyes. You're not ready for it, and the world isn't safe if I release that message. That sentence alone cracked the internet in half. Because if that message is too dangerous to share, then Charlie didn't just discover the man behind Erika. He discovered the truth behind the man. And now, the world is asking one terrifying question. If Charlie said, it wasn't Erika, it was him, then who is him? And how many people is he controlling right now? Charlie's sister waited until the very end of her video. The moment when her voice was already breaking, when her hands were visibly shaking, when the entire internet was begging for answers, before she finally said the words that changed everything. There's one thing I didn't show you, because it scared me. The comments froze. The live chat exploded. People leaned toward their screens like they were watching a horror movie. She looked down at her phone. Her breathing grew uneven. I wasn't going to leak this. He wrote it, deleted it, and I only have it because my phone stores deleted drafts. The comment section went into meltdown. Drop it right now. What did Charlie say? Don't hold back. This is important. She wiped her eyes and whispered, it's not just a message. It's a warning. She hesitated for nearly 20 seconds, the kind of silence where millions of people could feel their heartbeats. Then she finally read it. Charlie's final unsent draft. He told her I was chosen long before she met me. The world stopped. Chosen. Long before. She met him, not approached, not influenced, not connected. Chosen. People screamed in the chat, what does that mean? He selected Charlie years before? This was a long-term oppie? Holy, this is not normal. But she wasn't done. She continued reading, her voice cracking. She said he's been waiting, watching, preparing her. Preparing her. Not loving, not guiding, not supporting, preparing. People in the comments wrote, she was groomed for this. She was literally a tool for him. That's why she changed so fast. Charlie's sister scrolled, trembling. Then came the part that shattered millions of viewers. Charlie's text. She slipped tonight. She said she wasn't just sent to me. She was sent ahead of me. The internet exploded. Ahead of him? What does that even mean? This is a strategic recruitment? But the horror wasn't over, because Charlie's sister revealed one more detail. A detail she said she wished she could forget. There was an audio memo. He recorded it but deleted it 1 minute later. I only have it because I backed up my phone that day. People lost their minds. Play it. Please play it. We need to hear Charlie's voice. She didn't play it. She just described it. And maybe that was worse. She said Charlie whispered into his phone, terrified, breathless, whispering like someone might hear him. He didn't choose Erika. He chose me. She was just the vessel. The vessel. That single word sent shockwaves through TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, everywhere. Because now it was undeniable. Erika wasn't the target. Erika wasn't the focus. Erika wasn't the goal. She was the delivery system. Someone used her, conditioned her, filled her with doctrine and vocabulary and psychological anchors, and then sent her, intentionally, into Charlie's orbit. But then Charlie said the part his sister almost couldn't bring herself to repeat. He said I was promised. Promised. The internet lost its mind. Never in YouTube drama history had a moment this dark, this chilling, this beyond human come out. Promised? To who? What kind of man talks like this? What did Charlie get pulled into? Charlie's sister said she listened to the memo more times than she should have. Every time she heard something new in his voice. Not paranoia, not confusion, recognition. Like Charlie finally understood the scale, the depth, the duration of whatever Erika had been pulled into. And then she said the part that made millions of people physically sick. There's something I didn't say, something I've kept for too long. Her hands shook, her eyes filled. She looked directly into the camera. Charlie told me he'd seen the man before. The entire internet froze, not heard about, not suspected, not sensed, seen. She whispered, not close, not clearly, but he recognized him from somewhere. Then she added the final words, the words that slam the door shut on this chapter and blow open the next. And the night before everything changed, Charlie told me he remembered where he had seen him. Millions of people leaned forward. This was the moment. This was the truth. This was the reveal. But Charlie's sister lowered her eyes and said, I can't tell you, not yet, not until I know it's safe. Then she ended the video, leaving the entire world staring at the screen in shock, whispering the same question. Where had Charlie seen the man behind Erika? And why is his sister terrified to reveal it? Before you scroll away, ask yourself this, because millions of people are asking the same terrifying question right now. Why was Charlie chosen before Erika ever walked into his life? Why did she call herself the vessel? And why did Charlie say he had seen the man behind her? Long before Erika ever said his name. Something is happening behind the scenes that none of us can ignore anymore. Charlie wasn't confused. He wasn't paranoid. He wasn't exaggerating. He was warning us. And his sister just confirmed the one truth that changes everything. The man behind Erika is real. He targeted Charlie. He conditioned her. He waited years. And Charlie recognized him from somewhere. Now I need to hear from you. What do you think Charlie meant when he said, he didn't choose Erika, he chose me, she was the vessel? Do you think Erika was recruited? Charlie was being watched for years? The man is someone powerful? Or someone hidden in plain sight? And the biggest question of all, where do you think Charlie saw him before? At an event? At a meeting? In an organization? In someone else's shadow? Drop your theories right now. I want to read every comment. Your theory might be the one that cracks open part 2. But listen, this story isn't over. Charlie's sister is holding back one final piece. The truth about where Charlie saw him and why she's terrified to reveal it. And the moment she speaks, the entire internet is going to melt down all over again. So hit like, smash subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because the next chapter is not just bigger. It's dangerous. Stay alert, stay ready, and stay tuned. Part 2 is coming.